Have you ever picked up a book just to read one chapter, then found yourself still flipping pages at 2 a.m.? That's the magic of a psychological thriller done right. It's not just about plot twists. It's about stories that mess with your mind, characters you don't know whether to love or fear, and moments that make you sit in silence after the last page. Welcome to Simplified Reads, where today we're diving in at 5 unforgettable psychological thrillers you absolutely won't be able to put down. These books are beginner-friendly, easy to follow, but deeply gripping, and perfect if you're new to the genre or just want something that will keep your heart racing. Let's begin with The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This one is a fan favorite for a reason. A famous painter shoots her husband 5 times and then never speaks a word again. She's placed in a secure psychiatric facility where a therapist becomes obsessed with unlocking her silence. The story is told through his eyes, and as you read, you begin to realize he may not be the most reliable narrator. The twist at the end shocks almost everyone. Readers call it a quick, addicting read with a brilliant finale. If you love mysteries that build slowly but explode in the final pages, this is your perfect entry point. Next up is Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. At first glance, Jack and Grace are the perfect couple. Charming, elegant, and completely inseparable. But behind closed doors, their life is nothing like it seems. Grace is always home, never answers the phone, and you start wondering, is she safe? The book pulls you in her trapped world in a way that feels terrifyingly real. It's not filled with gore or violence. It's psychological fear. Readers say they finished it in one sitting because they had to know how Grace would escape. If you enjoy thrillers that feel like psychological puzzles and raise your heartbeat without jump scares, this is a must-read. Another gripping ride is The Wife Between Us by Greer, Hendricks, and Pekkanen. This story makes you assume one thing in the beginning, then flips it completely upside down. You think it's about a jealous ex-wife stalking her replacement, but you're not even close. Every few chapters, your understanding changes. What readers love most is how the authors play with your expectations. You'll keep thinking, wait, what just happened? And that's exactly the point. This one is perfect if you want a twisty read that keeps you constantly second-guessing what's true. One of the most haunting reads is Verity by Colleen Hoover. A struggling writer is hired to finish a best-selling author series after she becomes injured. But when she moves into the author's house to go through her notes, she finds an unpublished manuscript, one that reveals horrific secrets. The question is it fiction or confession? Readers say Verity is intense, disturbing, and unforgettable. It's darker than most of Colleen Hoover's books, and it leaves you with a heavy feeling, in a good way. If you like thrillers with romantic tension, morally gray characters, and shocking revelations, this one will stick with you. Finally, there's Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, the modern classic that redefines psychological thrillers. When Amy Dunn disappears on her 5th wedding anniversary, her husband Nick becomes the prime suspect. But nothing is what it seems. The story is told in alternating points of view, and as each one lies, the truth becomes harder to find. This book introduced the world to the idea of the cool girl monologue, and Amy's character still sparks debate. If you want sharp writing, layered psychology, and a story that plays with gender and media in smart ways, Gone Girl is a must. Psychological thrillers aren't just about fear. They're about discovering what people are capable of when pushed too far. They let us question what we'd do in their shoes and make us realize how thin the line is between love and control, safety and danger, truth and fiction. These books stay with you long after you've finished them, not because of the action, but because of how they made you feel. If you've read any of these, share your favorite in the comments. And if you're just getting started, pick one, curl up, and don't expect to sleep early tonight. Thank you for watching Simplified Reads. Don't forget to subscribe and come back for more stories that move you and thrill you in the most unexpected ways.